Welcome to Sports Talk with Puckett and Pontzer here on 88.3 WXOU. Tim, this is a busy week around here at Oakland University. We are right now in the basement of the Oakland Center at our WXOU studios, and it feels as if the floor above us is about to crumble because there's so many kids here. Busy time here at Oakland, and busy time for us sports fans because the NFL season is about to kick off. I know you're excited, Tim.
Very, very excited.
Very excited. And we're all excited. So we are going to have an NFL heavy show today. Right at the end, we're going to throw in our Michigan and Michigan State stuff that we did the pregame for last week. They played this past Saturday. Actually, the Spartans played on Friday. And we'll talk a little bit of the Tigers.
I'd like to correct you. The Michigan State defense played on Friday.
Right, exactly.
The offense didn't show up.
Yeah, and the Tigers have been in full swing, and we've been talking about them for months. Yeah. But you know what? It is NFL time.
Absolutely.
It is September,
Absolutely.
And we'll be talking, playoff baseball soon. But
I can't wait for this.
This show's going to be all
I'm
NFL.
So excited. I have my summer job's ending this week, so I'm finally done working overnights. My birthday's on the 9th, but it's perfect. Like internship ends on the 6th. We have Michigan plays Notre Dame on Saturday, and then the NFL kicks off on Sunday.
Absolutely.
The Broncos and Ravens play up. They're coming up to kick off the season. I unfortunately have a Thursday night class I just signed up for, so I'll miss the first half. But regardless, I'm so excited, and it's fun to be here on Oakland when there's a lot of people actually buzzing around, as opposed to we've been doing the show for months now, and we show up and there's nobody here.
It's ghost town.
We have to unlock the door to get in. Right now, there's I helped some random freshman get to his class. I feel good about myself.
Such a nice guy.
I do.
Such a nice guy.
I tell you what really excites me is this football season. The Lions, they had a kind of an up and down preseason.
Yep.
But if anything, it might have. Nothing really made me lose a lot of confidence.
Exactly. We mentioned that last week, and I asked you, did the preseason confirm your expectations, raise your expectations, or lower your expectations? And we both said they're kind of the same.
Right. It's kind of the same. If anything, it may be, Calvin didn't play. I assume he's back. The big thing that would worry me maybe is this whole thing with Puckett.
Right.
He's I don't know if he was practicing today.
He did not,
which isn't a good sign.
Right. He's questionable for Sunday with concussion-like symptoms.
And that's, concussion-like symptoms are becoming the the
fad.
Not the fad, but kind of like the hot topic at the moment. It's like you can be a guy with a concussion, you can play like the next quarter, or especially that's the way it used to be. But you can get your proverbial bell rung and then come back the next play, or you can be like Sidney Crosby and miss 2 years. Like that's so Javid Best is no longer
exactly, and that's the name that comes to mind whenever you see concussion on an injury report for the Detroit Lions. Absolutely. Is Javid Best.
Absolutely.
And a former first round pick, just like Ansa is this year, and it's something that could be a nightmare for Lions fans.
Well, and the thing I would say though that comforts me in this situation is that the defensive line for the Detroit Lions is by far their best unit.
Definitely.
The biggest amount of depth. Not only do they have guys like Sue and Fairley, also both, not overall, but first-round picks. You also, they bring in depth. They lose a guy like Vanden Bosch, and a couple years ago, and he was kind of leader. But now you have a leader who kind of fills that same void in Israel Donajee, where he still has some years on the tank. Now he's not as good as he once was, but he's still, from that outside position, you're able to have not just a solid unit, but a solid rotation of guys. Guys can go out there. You can have Willie Young and Israel Donajee.
Jason Jones.
Right, and Sue can, I personally, I believe that Sue was best the way he was used his rookie year, where he did that kind of hybrid joker position where, because he's so strong and so athletic, where he didn't always put his hand down. Sometimes he'd almost be kind of like a linebacker creeping up. Sometimes he'd be on the outside. He wasn't always just bull rushing in the middle. So losing Ansa isn't exactly, it's not like losing, a position of need, and it's not like losing...
It's not Calvin Johnson. It's not Matt Stafford.
And I wouldn't even compare him to either of those
guys.
But at the same
Right,
time...
he's going to play a role for this team. He started game 1 of the preseason, and if he's healthy, Sunday, he will start.
Right, and the thing is I don't think... if you lose him, I don't think that directly affects your win-loss total in a negative way. Now maybe he's able to make one of those like flash plays like we saw in week 1, a pick six. Obviously, that can change. You know, if you get a couple of those in a season, the ball bounces your way. You can go from being 7-9 to 9-7. That's
exactly
basically how the NFL works. So maybe he's worth a win in the positive direction.
Right.
But I also wouldn't put so much on his shoulders that he is worth that much, and that's not to downplay him. But I think we talked about it on the show, he's such a raw talent that if anything, he's a plus for you. He's not going to cost you, and I don't think he's going to cost you by not being there either.
Right. He's going to play a role for you. He'll be solid, but he has the ability to make big plays.
Exactly.
So he can help your team a lot, really help your team, but he's not going to directly cause you to win less games.
And that's the only thing that, coming out of the preseason, that's the only thing that really would bother me. No, Stafford wasn't 2011 Stafford, Pro Bowler Stafford right there. He wasn't that. But he wasn't also, 2012 star. I know he's gotten a lot of criticism from all around, but like I said on the show many times, I think that was more miscommunication between receivers. And I'm not even and Puckett will tell you this, I'm not the biggest Stafford defender in the world. I'm really not. But at the same time, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
And he doesn't have any nagging injuries. Calvin has, he's not playing with his knee thing, but I think he's fine. We've seen what he can do at 50%. So if he's at 80, I'm, sure, I'd love to see him out there. But the other thing, and I ask you about this, is they made their cuts. They got down to this past weekend for the Lions. And obviously you have to get down to 53 to go into the season. I was going to ask you for your, if anybody surprised you, anybody you wanted to see still on the roster. For me, the name that jumps to mind is Matt Willis, the receiver. We saw him we were both home games. He had, on the one drive in the opening game, he had a really nice catch on the sideline. He had a touchdown. He had a touchdown in the Buffalo game. He really played well. And given that you could say wide receiver, that position is maybe, and it's hard to say this with Calvin Johnson, who's arguably one of the best but it's maybe their weakest unit, maybe secondary, but that's probably their weakest unit, especially on offense.
Especially if you take out the top player from each group,
easily.
Remaining guys,
easily.
I would say
Yes,
receivers the least.
Because if you take
explosive.
away Reggie Bush, you still have Joique Bell, who's been serviceable,
Right.
and you have a top pick in LaSure.
Right. So what we're gonna do here on the show, I forgot to answer your question. That's my bad. I would agree with you, Matt Willis, and not so much that Matt Willis didn't make the team, but that Chris Durham did.
Yes.
Yes. That really surprised me. I thought Chris Durham might get cut, in the first round of cuts.
And I texted some guy. He was like, "Well, the reason Chris Durham made it is because he was Stafford's roommate in college." And I was like, "Really? Like, this isn't cute football."
I don't think that's why he made it, but I was surprised that he did. And I'm not taking anything away from Chris Durham because he obviously went out and made the team, but from the amount that he played in the preseason games, from his performance in said games, I really didn't think that he would make it. But you know what? Kudos to him for making it. And I think size played a big factor in that because Matt Willis is a smaller guy and Chris Durham is tall.
Right. I was going to just give you credit. At the games we were at, that's exactly what you said. If he were to make the team, it's because he has some height. Right.
And I think that's probably what happened. But all the credit in the world goes to Chris Durham for making this team. Even if the receivers behind Calvin Johnson are semi-weak, kudos to him. And you know what? He could get cut still because they could sign a free agent, even though it didn't seem like big names really got
and that's
cut.
I was gonna say that to you. I was just checking because I had heard his name come up. I know they brought in some guys. They brought in a lineman. They brought in a cornerback, and one of the names was Durham would probably get cut if they were to sign somebody because once waivers go through, guys get signed. Quick Steelers note: they just signed Zoltan Mesko,
former Wolverine.
But one of my favorite names. As a punter, and then that's what happens. You have guys, and this guy's better. So in that case, the Steelers just cut their punter, obviously. But you bring in like a linebacker or something, and you're like, hey, we have 6 receivers, we only need 5, because maybe this guy can play that same role on special teams.
Right.
He made it, and another guy that also made the team was Michael Spurlock, and he surprised me at that wide receiver position. But he, showed some flashes in the return game.
Right. He made it as the returner.
Right. And in turn, who didn't make it was Stephen Miller, a guy who was returning well,
right,
and he had 2 touchdowns in that Buffalo game. He had some great rounds at running back and catching the ball at the backfield. I was kind of surprised that a guy like Spurlock or Durham makes it as opposed to him. But I think, unfortunately for Miller, that's because he plays running back and not receiver.
Right. But one thing to watch is they signed Stephen Miller to the practice squad.
Yes.
So if Spurlock doesn't perform in the first few games, he could lose his job there, and they could take Stephen Miller off of that practice squad and bring him up onto the 53-man roster, allowing him to take over the return duties if Spurlock doesn't perform. Now, hopefully he does, and everything's all good and well. But if that doesn't happen, watch for Stephen Miller to be that secondary candidate to take over the return duties. But what we're going to do here on the first half of our show, the first segment, we're going to look at the Lions from like a season perspective. We'll get into the week 1 matchup versus the Vikings in the second half of our show, but the first half, we're going to take it as broad as possible. So total season. And what we're going to start with is I came up with these over-unders, or I didn't come up with them, but I took them off of whatever betting site. And
for entertainment purposes.
Right. We don't bet, but if we did. So we have some player over-unders. We have a couple team over-unders, for the Lions and then for Tim's Steelers.
Thank you.
That's right. I threw that one in. Throw you a bone. So we're going to start, and I have quite a few here.
Is there an over-under for headaches?
Headaches?
Just fan headaches.
The Lions.
12.5.
The Lions.
Take the over for the Steelers.
Okay, so let's start with Lions regular season wins. It's about as broad as it gets. How many games do we think they're going to win? We're going to go through the schedule after we do these over-unders, but the over-under is set at 8.5 for the Lions. I think that's a reasonable number.
Yeah.
Right there in the middle, and you have to put that hook in there somewhere. So I think 8.5 is a fair number.
To be honest, I think that might be a bit low, but given I looked at Sports Illustrated's preview, they had them at 5-11, the worst team in the NFC, tied with Carolina. And I looked at I get ESPN the magazine, they had them at 7-9. So they both obviously would take the under. Personally, and we'll see this later in the show with our over-unders, I'm going to take the over 8.5. Obviously that's a good betting line. There's a reason they do that, but I think they'll go over. I think they're going to have a winning season, obviously.
Right.
And
the thing with these is they're always a tough choice, and that's why it's set where it's at. That's why the number is what it is. So I will take the over as well, over 8.5 wins. And I'll tell you why once we get into the schedule.
Right, because I guess you couldn't, if you were betting, if you made that any lower, like 7.5, it'd be easy to take the over.
Right, and that's the idea. You want to have a tough decision, and each of these I think are just about where they should be. There might be one or two where I say well, that's pretty easy, but this next one is a perfect example of I think a good number. Matthew Stafford total passing yards for the 2013 season, over or under 4,700. Now, he's been over the past 2 seasons.
Yes.
With over 5,000 in 2011. But 4,700 passing yards from Matt Stafford. Tim, over or under?
This is a tough one. I want to initially say like under, because I think they're going to try and put an emphasis more on the rushing game this season. I think they've shown that. However, I think that's going to prove to be kind of futile, and they might end up having to obviously throw the ball. I'm going to take the over because we might see, and even though I took the over, I think he's going to get there, A, because that's going to be their offensive attack, and B, they might have to, once again, come from behind, and he might...
Right, they're notoriously slow starters.
And he might get, even on a loss, he might get, say they go in one of their games, they're playing like the Chicago's up by 20. He might get some of those quote-unquote garbage yards, which... a lot of people not criticized, but talked when Calvin broke the record.
Right.
And so I think do I think he's going to get to 5,000? That might be a bit high, but I could see him in, like 4,850 or 4,900.
I completely agree with you. A lot of people think with the addition of Reggie Bush is going to lower Matt Stafford's passing yards.
I would disagree.
I think it's going to raise his passing yards.
For Bush, I think he's going to be under 500 yards rushing, and he's going to be over 1,000 yards receiving.
Hang on, that's one of the over-unders that's coming up. But I'm going to take the over with Stafford's passing yards as well. It wouldn't surprise me if he got over 5,000 once again. Next one is another Matt Stafford one, total touchdown passes. No rushing touchdowns count here,
right.
Even though he's known for that. Touchdown passes over or under 28.5. Last season, he had 20. 2011, 41. So this is right there in the middle. 28 and a half touchdown passes for Matt Stafford. Tim is thinking.
I think I'm going to take, even though he's going to, I think I'm going to take the under. That's a lot. I don't know, because it is like, there's what you're basing it on. You're basing really Stafford, his future on 2 years of work, really,
right?
Because
this is his fifth season, but third healthy.
He had his first 2 years. He was down and out. The one completely. The second one he only played like 4 games. That's like, because one, it was astronomical, like 41, and one, but at the same time last season, he had some where Calvin's tackle within the 5. I still think I'm going to take that. That seems like way too many.
Okay, Tim's going to take the under on that 28 and a half. I will take over. I think he's going to be right at 30. 30, 31.
It's just such a high number for me.
I think Matt Stafford will get to the 30s with touchdown passes.
I still think he could have a successful year and throw 24 touchdowns.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt Stafford total interceptions. This is the final Matt Stafford category. Total interceptions over under set at 16 and a half. He had 16 in 2011 and 17 in 2012. So it's right in the middle, 16 and a half. I think this might be the toughest number of all of them.
I think he likes to force things.
He's a gunslinger.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of not 50-50 balls, but he tries to fit the ball in tight spaces a lot.
I sound like such a Stafford hater, but I almost want to take the over.
Okay.
That's so hard. It's like right there. That's because I could see a couple where he forces them, or especially given the receiver, like he's gonna get the yards, I think, but I could see they'll put like 3 guys on Calvin, and I'll take the over.
Okay, I'm gonna take the over as well. I think his touchdown passes will go up, but I think his interceptions will go up too.
Yeah.
And I do think the ratio will probably be better. I think his touchdowns go up more than his interceptions, but I'm going to say that he gets over 16 and a half.
Last year he had the worst touchdown-interception ratio in the entire league.
Right, yeah. He was only +3 in terms of differential. Okay, now we get to Megatron, Calvin Johnson. Receiving yards, over or under 1,450. That's total receiving yards for the 2013 season. He had more than that last year. More than 1,450.
I think how many did he have last? Like, what was the record? He broke the record, wasn't it? Like, I feel like. I think I'm gonna take the over.
This is a tough one too,
because given, and we keep talking about this, given his last year he nearly had 2,000 receiving.
Right, 1,964.
I think that's, unless they're really thinking he's gonna fall back down to earth, or barring an injury, I think he's gonna have the over. That's. These other ones you've had the number ready to go, and but you've been like, hey, this is right in the middle. This seems like it's a major drop off.
I think
from
nearly
2,000.
You know what I think this is? I think it's the Reggie Bush effect. They think that Reggie Bush will get more touches on the ball, and that means Calvin Johnson gets less. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that.
He might get less touches, but I still think he's going to get over 1,400.
Right. A bigger threat in the backfield is going to mean bigger plays for Calvin Johnson, in my opinion. I will take the over as well as Tim will on that over 1,450 yards. Last Calvin Johnson one, total receiving touchdowns over under 10.5.
And last year he only had 5.
Right.
And but he got tackled. I guess I'll take the under. He'll get like 9. I'm thinking it in my head, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Under 9 for Calvin Johnson. Or I'm sorry, under 10.5.
What did I say? But he's going to be over the yards.
He could get 10, and you could be right.
But it seems like he's such a threat in the red zone too. You know what?
But if they get him into the red zone, you could have Brandon Pettigrew getting touchdowns. I'm trying to convince you to not.
I know. I guess I'll take the under.
Okay,
I don't want to.
I'm going to go over. I think I've gone over on every single one of these so far. Yeah, I have. Over 10.5 for Calvin Johnson. I think that's a good one too. I think this one and the interception one are probably the 2 best so far. Reggie Bush, total yards. This is total yards. The over-under is set at, I have 1,300. I'm pretty sure it was 1,400. I'm going to make it 1,400.
He's going to catch 1,000 and rush for 500. And if he's returning at all.
So you have him at 1,500, which would be over.
Yeah, if they put him in a returning role of any kind, which could happen, that would be there as well.
Right. I will take the over as well. Keep that streak going.
That Lions butter.
I think Reggie Bush could have 900 receiving yards,
Okay.
and I think he could have 800 rushing
I
yards,
think it's
which would be
more of a
1,700 yards. I think he could get to 1,700 yards. So I will take the over as well. Reggie Bush total touchdowns. So this is rushing or receiving. Over under 7.5.
I'll take the over.
Over.
He could get a touchdown every other game. That's not that hard for him and the role he has with this offense.
Right, and that's not count. He could have 2 touchdowns
No,
in
easily.
a couple
He can get
games.
a touchdown every other game. I can see that. That's easy. Yeah, I think that one's kind of easy.
All right, I'm going to take the over as well. I've still over on all of these. Ndamukong Suh, total sacks, over under 6.5.
Seems kind of low.
It is pretty low, but there's a lot of weapons on that
'Cause
defensive
I know
line.
that's true. You talk about a guy taking, stats away from somebody. He had 8 sacks last year. I think I'm going to take the over. He's just such a force. I mean, he is. He's such a.
I'm going to take the under on this one. My first under on any of these over-unders. And it's going to translate directly into the next category I have, which is Ezekiel Ansah total sacks, over under 5.5.
Well, it's tough when
He's a rookie,
right.
but he is a first-round pick. He's a raw talent, and he's going to be boom or bust, both this season and I think every season. He's got that raw talent. But, Tim, over under 5.5 total sacks.
I'll take I'm going to take the under strictly because I don't know how much he's going to play. And that's just unfortunately the way it is.
I'm going to take the over because, barring injury, obviously, and he does have this concussion problem right now. But if Ndamukong Suh is going to get under 6.5, Ezekiel Ansah is going to be free. Yeah. And I think Nick Fairley's going to help that. Yeah. So
I think Suh's going to have. Suh is in line, Geno Atkins just got that big deal, right? And 5 years, $55 million. And Suh is set to his cap, and I brought this up on a show a long time ago. His cap hit in 2014 is going to be $21.4 million.
Right, that's huge.
He's set for this season. Is probably going to be the last on his deal. Then they'll rip it up and give him a new one, probably. Okay. They're not going to let him become a free agent if they have to pay him $21.4 million.
Right. So, last one. This one's for Tim. Pittsburgh Steelers total wins over under set at 9.5, which I think is very high. I'm going to take. This is Tim's team, so I'll let him go second.
See, that's because like in my head, I have them going like 9 and 7. That's a good one because they could go 10 and 16. That's a tough. What you think that's high for an over?
I think it's very high.
Well,
for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Like, I'm taking the under.
If you had them at 8.5 or 7.5, everyone would take the over. Everyone.
8.5. I don't know.
They're gonna.
I told Tim this, and I'll say it on the air. I have the Steelers going 6-10 this year, so I could be extremely wrong, or I could nail it.
This is tough. 9.5. See, I want to say 9 and 7. You know what? I'll just. Oh my gosh. I'll take the over.
That's freaking right. All right. Tim's taking the over.
You know what?
No, he is. He already locked it in.
9 and
boom.
I really
done.
think they're gonna go 9 and 7. But
that's right. 9 and 7, 10 and 6. What's the difference? Okay, let's go in the last few minutes of our segment here. Let's go through the schedule.
You don't have any over-unders on questionable challenges by Mike Tomlin? I'm kind of disappointed.
How about Jim Schwartz fist pumps? Over and under set at 17.5.
Or just, what would be a good one is personal fouls called on the Lions defense.
Yeah. Fingers pointed by Will Young. Okay, let's go through the schedule. Week 1 versus Minnesota. Tim, win or loss?
Oh, we're just
gonna go rapid fire. Boom.
That's a win. That's a win. Season opener. Yeah.
Season opener this Sunday. That's a win. That's a win. And a division matchup to open the season. They're basically worth 2.
Yep.
So you're either starting 2-0 or 0-2 in your mind.
This isn't a knock on Minnesota. They did go to the playoffs this year. This is probably the easiest team to face within your division.
Yeah, between them and Chicago, I don't know.
I think Chicago's a bit better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all pretty close. Okay, then they take the flight out to Arizona. Loss.
They never play
West
well
Coast.
Out there. They never play well out there. They never do. I seem to remember a game where we were hanging out with a friend of ours who just transferred to Oakland, John Campbell, shout out, where they went to San Francisco. And San Francisco's a great team, obviously, but they didn't show up. And I
Yeah,
seem
it was
to
a
remember,
Sunday night game. This one's a 4:15
I
start.
seem to remember a game where they played Arizona, and they sucked and lost.
Yeah,
and,
but let me remind you, the 2011 season when they went out to Denver and they destroyed Tim Tebow and the Broncos.
That was the Tebow-led Broncos, who then beat my. Regardless, that was I still have them losing. They're going to lose on some like.
You know what, Tim? After that argument I just made, I'm going to say they lose too.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And
Larry Fitzgerald, and
Right,
he's going to
right.
tear up Chris Houston.
and Carson Palmer is going to be, on his feet before Carson Palmer gets
Circa
injured.
2004 Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, so we both have them at 1-1 at the RG3-led
be a
Washington Redskins at FedEx Field.
It's going to be a win.
Boom!
gonna be a
Win. RG3's overrated. 2-1.
It's going to be a win. I think the Washington's going to kind of have a dip down year.
Now, one thing I need to remind Tim, as well as our listeners, is that both Tim and I took the over on 8.5 wins. So
Yep.
just to hold true, we need to make sure that we get over that 8.5.
I have it sitting in front of me.
Okay, so we have met 2-1. Now they come home to face the Chicago Bears. Duh, Bears,
For some reason, I like the
Bears.
Bears this year. I know they have a new coach. He's from Canada. I think Cutler's going to have a good year this year. I think Forte's going to have a good year this year coming off the injury. I really think, and, they lost Urlacher and stuff, but I really think that, they still got Briggs on defense. I think, and this goes later, but I think Chicago is going to sweep the season series from the Lions this year. And I know that's... that's what I have.
Well, we've come to our first disagreement. Win. Lions 3-1.
I just want to point out that Puckett's microphone right now is just dripping with Lions butter. All those
Okay.
overs. You just,
Okay.
so excited.
All right, week 5 of the NFL regular season. The Lions travel to a place where
is
they
my
never
favorite
win.
one. This is my
They
favorite one. Are you
never
ready for
win
this?
in Lambeau.
It's going to be a win. And
They
I said this.
never
I have said
win.
This all off season. This is going to be their first win in Green Bay. I think Green Bay.
They're playing the Packers. I didn't say that, but they're playing the Packers
This is going to be Green Bay.
at Green Bay.
I think Green Bay is not going to be as good as they have in the past 2-3 years, especially the past 2 years. Rodgers might come back to earth a little bit. He's still going to, he's still a great player, obviously, probably the best quarterback in the league. I think they beat Green Bay this year for the first time in our lifetimes. Big win, especially coming off that tough Chicago loss.
Okay, now to follow that up, that prediction, let me point out that the Lions never play at Lambeau in October, ever. It's always in December. They always
true.
go week
That's true.
16, week 17,
That's true.
we're heading to
There's snow
Lambeau.
last year,
There's
yeah.
snow. Oh, Matt Flynn's going to throw 17 touchdown
that's
passes.
true, yeah. They
It's-
beat them to go 0-16 that year.
It's
That was the
it's like
last
an
game of the year.
NFL thing that
That's a good
they have
point.
to play late in
That's
the
a good
season.
point.
And with that being said, I'm going to take the Packers. Packers win. That's going to be 3-2 record for the Lions at Cleveland. Do we have to talk about this? Win. Tim?
I have them as
Okay, win. Now we're coming home to face an improved, even better than last year, in my
Team is
opinion.
gonna win the AFC North, yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals team at home,
Yeah.
1 o'clock at a CBS game because it's an AFC visiting the NFC.
Yes, it is. I think Cincinnati is going to have a great year. I think they're going to win the division. Pittsburgh, Baltimore both have down years. Cleveland's forgettable. And coming off that Green Bay win that I have, they are going to beat Cincinnati after the Cleveland. They're going to string 3 wins in a row. It's going to be a big part of the season before they face Dallas going in the bye week. And I am going to be all out Lions that Sunday.
That's right.
So excited for
That's
that
right.
game. I hate the Bengals with an extreme passion. My 11 years in the Cincinnati, I hate them. Just hate them. So, they're going to Hoo-day, Wee-day. That's right.
All right. Loss. First home loss of the season for the
Ginger,
Lions.
Andy Dalton.
That would put them at 4-3 through the first 7 in my prediction. Then they stay home that week
Yep.
to face the overrated, always, Dallas Cowboys.
Now, see, here's where I think they're going to have a classic Lions game, where it's like mistakes. They're going to have 3 wins in a row, 3 of the past 4. They're going to be sitting there at 5-2.
And now let me point this out. Week before their bye week.
Yeah,
So
no, and I think this is what's going to happen. There might be an injury or 2 in there because it's going to be basically halfway through the year. And I think Dallas is going to come in here and beat them, and it's just going to be disappointing, especially they're going to have all this momentum. But I think they enter the bye week 5-3 following that loss to the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, Tim, what I'm going to say to you is, nah, that's a win. They always beat the Cowboys. If you remember, remember in the corner of the end zone in Dallas, and
Cover
you know,
Sports Illustrated,
new
yeah.
stadium, and there was like 3 Cowboys, and then Calvin Johnson just said nope, and he jumped over him, and then he threw the ball into the star that was on the stands, and basically Calvin Johnson is just going to go ham.
I hate the Cowboys as well, but
I'm gonna call my uncle that day. Win 5-3. We both have them at 5-3. A different 5-3 in terms of wins over opponents, but 5-3 nonetheless. Bye week is week 9, coming off the bye week at Chicago. We got to go quick here, Tim.
Okay.
At Chicago.
Well, you know what, Puckett? I think that we should finish the second half of the season after our break here.
You know what? That's a good idea. That is a great idea. But
That's why
before
they pay me the big bucks to produce this show.
That's right. Before we go to the break, though, I want to invite our listeners to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Austin Puckett, and Tim is at Timothy_Pontzer. And we'd like to invite you back for the second half of this season, as well as a full breakdown of the Tigers, the Wolverines, the Spartans, and Week 1 versus the Vikings. I don't know how we're going to fit it in, but we're going to. So this is 88.3 WXOU.